Assalamualaikum. We are in the second approach under economic solution in order to solve environmental problem or external problem. So the second approach here is called deposit refund system. What is a deposit refund system? The deposit refund system is a system of a market instrument that imposes an upfront charge to pay for potential damage. That's the first part. The second part is, and it refunds the upfront charge for returning a product for proper disposal or recycling. Okay, so again there are two component of the deposit refund system. The first is it imposes an upfront charge to pay for potential damage, and the second part is it refunds the upfront charge for returning the product for proper disposal or recycling. So in other words, if you purchase a product and if you have actually paid some deposit within the product's price. For instance, you purchase a bottle for RM1, and within that RM1, 5 cents is actually an upfront charge to pay for potential pollution that you could have caused. If you later on, after drinking your water, you return the bottle to the place that you're supposed to return it, you would actually get back your deposit of 5 cents because you have returned the bottle. So in other words, it's kind of a reward for good behavior. Okay, so the deposit refund system is slightly different and is actually quite desirable because it targets potential polluter rather than actual polluter. It actually targets potential polluter. The pollution has not occurred yet. Okay, so the deposit is intended to capture the marginal external cost of improper waste disposal in advance. We normally apply deposit refund system with household waste or business waste in the form of something solid. So it is intended to capture the marginal external cost of improper waste disposal in advance. And the aim is to encourage the prevention of pollution in the first place. How does a deposit refund system work? So this is an example of how the deposit refund system, or in other words, in the United States, in an area called Maine, they call it the Maine bottle bill. So in the United States, they have many different bottle bills implemented by the different states in the United States. Okay, so this is one example. So look at number one. First, the manufacturer or the bottling company or the distributor of a beverage. Okay, it could be it could be a juice, a kind of juice, or a gas drink, whatever. Okay, so the manufacturer for this water bottle, drinking water bottle, collect 5 cents per container when the product is sold. So who buys manufacturer's water and the bottle? So we have the retailer. Retailer is the shop selling the bottle, the drinks, okay, along with the bottle. So manufacturer collect 5 cents when the product is sold to retailers, and retailers will also collect 5 cents of deposit from consumers. Okay, consumers also pay. All right, so since retailer collects, so it means consumer has paid to retail outlet, and retail outlet has paid to manufacturer this 5 cents. So that's how it went just now. And then you as consumer, you drink your water and you want to return the bottle because you remember you have deposited 5 cents. So what you do is you take the bottle to a redemption center and you will recover your 5-cent deposit per container. When you return it to a licensed redemption center, there must be a licensed redemption center because the bottle need to go back to the manufacturer or to the bottling company. And for the redemption center will send the bottle to the manufacturer or bottling company, and it receives more than 5 cents, maybe 8.5 or 9 cents per container. And 5 cents is from the original deposit because it has paid to consumer. And there's addition 3.5 or 4% that is considered handling fee. So handling fee probably is were to be borne by the bottling company or the manufacturer. So that is how the bottle bill works, or how the deposit refund system works. In terms of modeling it in diagram form, we use the model of proper and improper waste. So here we have the normal marginal private benefit function and the marginal social benefit. The social and private benefit function is the same. This is private benefit or social benefit for improper waste. So actually, if you dispose your waste improperly, there is also benefit of it. The benefit is you don't have to go to the recycling center. If you just throw your rubbish improperly, there is benefit to it also, okay, for you. But there is also cost to it. Yeah? So if you look here, 0 to 100, this is the improper waste disposal. So you dispose your waste in improper method, or this could be illegal dumping, or this could be improper waste disposal or illegal waste disposal method, moving upward to 100%. Okay, if you move to the left, you are reducing improper waste and increasing proper waste disposal. Proper waste, maybe you make sure the waste goes to landfill that is sanitary kind of landfill that is protected for the environment, or you send it to proper recycling center, something like that. There is also marginal private cost of improper waste. So what is the marginal private cost of improper waste? So cost to disposal. The person who dispose improper waste or illegal waste, there is also cost, because you need to bring lorry. If you are a firm trying to dispose of some of your waste, you will need trash containers, you'll probably need lorries, and then if you employ the lorry and the lorry driver, you have to pay for collection fee and also foregone revenue from not recycling. So these are part of improper waste private cost, marginal private cost. And to add to that, we have the marginal external cost of improper waste. Of course, it can lead to health damage. Aesthetic impairment from litter. What is aesthetic impairment? Impairment means damage. Aesthetic means damage to your eyes. It's not something pleasant. You have a very bad smell from improper waste. You have very bad view of the environment. Okay, all those things. Trash accumulation, etc. These are all the damage to the environment as well as to humans. So MIC for improper waste is higher than MPC as usual, and MIC will be the two together. MPB, the demand for improper disposal. There is still demand for improper disposal. If not, people will not be disposing it illegally. Assume no benefit, external benefit. Okay, what do you see next? Okay, this is the model again. So MPB, MSB, MPC, MSC for improper waste. So here, how do we reduce from QIW to QE? QE is more efficient because we have internalized the externality. Marginal social cost, as I included the externality here. So how do we do that? Based on the deposit refund system model, we need to first identify this distance of AB. If you can correctly identify it, just the way we can correctly identify the amount of per unit tax, then it will be a very perfect thing for this kind of model. So the deposit should be equal to MEC at QE. It should be equal here. And with the deposit, similar to Pigouvian tax, where marginal private cost is reduced if you have to pay tax. So similarly, with the deposit, you haven't decreased the quantity yet, but when you refund to get your deposit, so marginal private cost will be moved to the left, such as this one, and PC shifted to the left, and we can reach the equilibrium again. We can reach the equilibrium. So in theory, this is very, very interesting and very nice, because the movement is actually due to your own self-interest of wanting to get back your deposit. Okay, deposit converts the percentage of overall waste disposal measured by QIW minus QE from improper to proper. So we have a movement towards more proper waste disposal and less of improper waste disposal. So basically that's how we show the model. Assessing the model, are there pros and cons? The pros is it promotes responsible behavior, because we actually have avoided pollution, and we have inculcate the spirit or the practice of preserving the environment through asking people to return. Not asking, but they will return if they would want their deposit back. This requires minimal supervision by the government and can help slow the use of virgin raw materials by improving availability of recycled materials. If you compare this model with pollution charge requires a lot of government control, government involvement. So this is probably much better because there is very minimal government supervision, except that we need to have that distribution center to handle the recycled material and to link the bottler with the final customer here. Okay. In terms of disadvantage, do you think there are disadvantages to this model? I think I have kind of pinpoint some disadvantage. For this model, just now I told you that in order to reach efficient equilibrium, we must identify the amount of deposit, and the amount of deposit is best to be equated with marginal external cost. So that's the same issue. How much would be the external cost? All right, so you need to identify the right external cost and then the right deposit to be implemented. Okay, but other than that, I think the model is much better than some others, because it requires very minimal supervision from the government, but it needs to have a system that works among the different agents involved, the supplier, the retailer, the wholesaler, if there is wholesaler, the customer, the distribution center. There must be a link that will link all of these. It could be more cumbersome, it could be more difficult, more complex. However, it has been done by United States and a lot of countries. This is an example of deposit refund system in practice. Here you see here, again, it is being practiced by more developed countries. And here we have a lot of European countries. This photo that I take here actually tries to compare the deposit refund system by UK with other countries. So UK has very low recycling rate compared to the rest. We can't compare with Malaysia. Malaysia even have a lower recycling rate. Okay, so these are all developed countries, but UK doesn't recycle through deposit refund system, and here it seems that without the deposit refund system, their recycling rate is the lowest compared with other countries with the deposit rate scheme. For plastic, glass, aluminum cans, beer bottles, plastic beer crates, and so on. Steel cans, usually is for the drinks. And recycling rate tend to increase because of the incentive of wanting to get their money back. Many nations use this system to encourage proper disposal of beverage containers. Other applications for deposit refund system include the deposit and refund for used tires, old cars, as well as batteries. Right? It is best applied for something that can be returned, like glass bottles, plastic bottles. Yeah, I wish our country has gone more into this deposit refund system, because for some of things that we buy, we need to purchase them in bottles, such as milk, such as ketchup, soy sauce, such as the detergent. So we can't avoid using your soaps, shower gels. We normally use these bottles. So if only we can return these bottles, it would be very, very good. Okay, I think that's it for today.